As of the current moment, with the conclusion of the year 2023, we can confidently say that this has been the hottest year in the past 125,000 years. Particularly in October 2023, a month that broke the previous record set in 2019, became the hottest October on record. The global warming situation, a form of climate change, along with its consequences, has contributed to making 2023 a year of natural disasters, causing serious damage to both people and property. Among them are some of the worst disasters in the history of certain countries over the past few decades. Let's take a look at the top 10 unfortunate events that nature brought upon humanity in 2023. Earthquake in Turkey and Syria in February 2023, over 50,000 deaths. At 4:17 a.m. local time, on February 6, 2023, a powerful earthquake measuring 7.8 on the Richter scale occurred in the southeast of Turkey near the Syrian border. The earthquake, lasting about 1 minute, caused tremors and the collapse of hundreds of structures. Its epicenter was approximately 17.9 kilometers deep, near the city of Kahramanmaraş. Just a few hours later, Turkey experienced another unwanted aftershock measuring 7.5 on the Richter scale in the town of Ekinozu in the Kahramanmaraş province, and a series of tremors affected neighboring countries such as Syria, Cyprus, and Lebanon. Syria bore the heaviest consequences. The death toll continued to rise as hundreds of victims were believed to be trapped under the rubble. The Disaster and Emergency Management Authority of Turkey, AFAD, reported on February 24th that the death toll from the initial earthquake had risen to 45,218, with Syria reporting 5,914 deaths, bringing the total casualties in both countries to 50,132. In addition, the earthquake caused over 160,000 buildings with 520,000 apartments to collapse or suffer severe damage. Economic experts estimate that Ankara needs $100 billion USD to rebuild housing and public infrastructure. This is not the first time Turkey has experienced such a devastating earthquake. In 1939, they faced a 7.8 Richter earthquake that claimed 32,000 lives. Closer in history, in 1999, a 7.4 Richter earthquake caused the loss of over 17,000 lives. Hurricane Daniel causing floods in Libya in September 2023, at least 4,852 deaths. In the early morning of September 10, 2023, Hurricane Daniel hit the Mediterranean coastal city of Derna in eastern Libya, causing heavy rain and breaching 2 dams in Derna, releasing 30 million cubic meters of water into the surrounding residential areas, resulting in widespread flooding. The floodwaters reached levels equivalent to 8 months' worth of rainfall concentrated in northeastern Libya. According to the United Nations, UN, and the World Health Organization, WHO, at least 4,352 people lost their lives due to the flood caused by Hurricane Daniel, while over 9,000 people were still missing. Many of the missing are likely to have been swept into the sea or buried under debris. In addition, an estimated 43,059 people in northeastern Libya had to be displaced from flood-affected areas due to a lack of clean water supply, including around 30,000 residents of Derna. Hurricane Daniel almost wiped out half of the port city of Derna, home to nearly 100,000 people. This is considered the worst flood disaster in the history of Africa. The event in Libya shows that in a period of extreme climate changes, disasters are likely to occur, but dealing with or preparing for them is not easy. Earthquake in Morocco in September 2023. 2,146 deaths around 11 p.m. local time. On September 8, 2023, Morocco unexpectedly experienced a magnitude 6.8 Richter scale earthquake. The U.S. Geological Survey, USGS, revealed that the epicenter of the earthquake was at a depth of 18.5 kilometers, about 72 kilometers southwest of the city of Marrakesh. This city is the largest near the epicenter and the fourth largest in Morocco, with a population of 840,000 and is a popular tourist destination. Even residents in the cities of Huelva and Jaén in the southern Andalusia region of Spain could feel the tremors from the earthquake in Morocco. This nightmare claimed 2,146 lives, injured 5,674 people, with many others missing. Entire villages on the hills of the High Atlas mountain range were flattened. The Al Haouz province was the most severely affected, with approximately 60% of the identified casualties occurring there. Not stopping there, the deadliest earthquake in Morocco since 1960 also affected the lives of at least 300,000 people living around the epicenter. Why do we mention the year 1960? Simply because that was when the devastating Agadir earthquake occurred, claiming the lives of over 12,000 people, injuring a similar number, and displacing at least 35,000 people in western Morocco. Although its 5.8 Richter scale intensity was not as strong as the tragic event on September 8th, the death toll was much higher, leaving an indelible mark in the hearts of the people of Morocco and the international community. Earthquake in Afghanistan in October 2023. At least 1,180 deaths. Information from the U.S. Geological Survey, USGS, indicates that in October 2023, there were 7 earthquakes assaulting western Afghanistan, with the most notable being 2 6.3 Richter scale earthquakes on October 7th near Zinda-Jan district in the Herat province, about 29 kilometers away, and 2 of the same intensity on October 11th and 15, also at the same location. The World Health Organization, WHO, estimates that this series of consecutive disasters killed at least 1,482 people and injured thousands, mostly women and children. The number of affected people in need of humanitarian aid reached nearly 160,000. Due to the construction of houses in the affected area, mostly being made of mud bricks and stones, they were difficult to withstand the earthquake. Dozens of villages were flattened, leaving only ruins and burying thousands of innocent lives. Tropical cyclone Freddy in Malawi in March 2023. At least 679 deaths, 2023. Continued to be a dark year for Africa as Tropical Cyclone Freddy swept through southern Malawi, claiming the lives of at least 679 people. The cyclone, with record-breaking destructive power, hit Malawi at the end of the rainy season when water levels in rivers and low-lying areas were already high. Cyclone Freddy dumped the equivalent of 6 months' worth of rain in 6 days, causing widespread destruction and severe damage to infrastructure, as well as flooding agricultural land. According to the World Meteorological Organization, WMO, Freddy is one of the strongest cyclones ever recorded in the Southern Hemisphere, and possibly the longest-lasting tropical cyclone. Before attacking Malawi, it had already destroyed many structures and caused flooding in central Mozambique on March 11th. Floods in Congo in May 2023, at least 438 deaths. Unrelenting heavy rains in early May 2023 caused flash floods and landslides in the eastern region of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, claiming at least 438 lives and pushing thousands of others into a state of despair. The sudden onslaught of floodwaters caught most people off guard. They not only lost their homes, crops, and belongings, but also, for some, their entire families. It is reported that the border provinces of Nam Kivu, specifically the villages of Bushushu and Nyamukubi, suffered the most significant damage from the floods. Hundreds of homes were violently swept away by the ruthless waters, leaving behind only piles of debris. The United Nations, UN, warns that in recent years, floods are becoming increasingly common in Africa, with climate change being the primary culprit. Earthquake in Nepal in November 2023. At least 157 deaths. Once again, another earthquake, and this time in Nepal. a small country in South Asia, nestled in the Himalayan region. The 5.6 Richter scale earthquake, with its epicenter 18 kilometers deep, struck western Nepal on the night of November 3, 2023. Its aftershocks even reached India's capital, New Delhi, about 600 kilometers away. Statistics after the disaster show that at least 157 people have permanently left, over 100 are injured, and hundreds of houses collapsed. In 2015, 2 consecutive earthquakes killed around 9,000 people in Nepal. Entire towns, centuries-old temples, and other historical landmarks turned into rubble, with over 1 million houses destroyed, causing economic losses of up to $6 billion USD. Cyclone Mocha in Myanmar in May 2023, at least 145 deaths. Tropical Cyclone Mocha, with wind speeds reaching up to 210 km/h, equivalent to a Category 5 hurricane in the Atlantic Ocean, made landfall in western Myanmar on May 14, 2023. This was the strongest cyclone in Southeast Asia in the last 10 years, directly affecting the lives of approximately 2 million residents in its path, mainly in the Rakhine and Chin states of Myanmar. Despite being evacuated to safe havens such as monasteries, temples, and schools, Cyclone Mocha ruthlessly claimed the lives of at least 145 people. Additionally, strong winds tore off roofs from many houses, toppled power transformers, uprooted large trees, and disrupted communication between localities. Cyclone Mocha also swept through Bangladesh, causing damage to at least 12,000 houses, either partially or completely, and forcing hundreds of thousands of people to evacuate, including many children. The true extent of the damage is challenging to quantify. Flooding in Rwanda in May 2023, at least 129 deaths. Also in the first half of May 2023, flooding in the northern and western regions of the Central African country, Rwanda destroyed over 5,000 houses, damaged another 2,500 homes, and resulted in at least 129 deaths. Heavy rain started in late March and intensified in late April, causing floods accompanied by landslides that severed vital transportation routes, making government rescue efforts challenging. Experts believe that deforestation in the region and climate change have contributed to the floods. Large fire in Hawaii, USA in May 2023, at least 100 deaths. Drought and strong winds formed a perfect duo to ignite a series of wildfires on Maui Island in the state of Hawaii, USA, from the night of August 8, 2023. The large flames spread rapidly for 3 days before being extinguished, consuming thousands of homes in the Hawaiian paradise, wiping out the centuries-old coastal town of Lahaina, claiming at least 100 lives, and becoming the most severe natural disaster in Hawaii's history to date. The estimated damage from the fire is around 552 billion USD. This is also the deadliest forest fire in the United States in over 100 years. Not all 10 deadly disasters are solely attributed to climate change, but saying that more than half of them aren't would be incorrect. It is likely that 2024 will continue to be a hot year. Clearly, the global warming caused by human use of fossil fuels, greenhouse gas emissions, etc., has led to increasingly frequent and intense extreme weather events. Mother Nature is sending a message to humanity. It is time for humans to take action before everything can still be salvaged.